everyone, and welcome to the Probably Wrong podcast. This is episode 2, and today I'll be talking about the assassination of a politician from Mongolia. My name is Nova,
And I'm Kiki.
And I'm Tay.
so let's just get right into it then. Imagine being murdered in your own home by masked men, stabbed 16 times, and then they steal soy sauce and vinegar from your kitchen.
Soy sauce and vinegar.
Soy sauce and yeah. Wait.
Okay, at the beginning I was like, wait, and then you ended on the soy sauce and vinegar. Okay,
Soy sauce and vinegar.
Okay, well,
I'm intrigued. Carry on.
apologies for any mispronunciation of these names. Let me tell you the story of Sanjaasuren Zorig. So, he was born on 20th of April, 1962 in Ulaanbaatar. I'm so sorry for the mispronunciation. In Mongolia, and he was born into a family of intellects. His father...
he's smart. Sorry.
Yeah, he is smart. His father was a Buryat professor. His mother was a movie star.
Ooh.
And his grandfather was a Russian geographer and ethnographer. His dad served as the dean of the philosophy faculty at the National University of Mongolia, and he was the deputy minister of education. His mum was a well-known actress, famous for a role in Sirelt, and his grandpa came to Mongolia on an expedition from Russia and was purged by Marshal Choibolson, leaving Zorig's mother without a father. So purging. So Choibolson was a dictator in Mongolia that organized Stalinist purges. Do you know who Stalin?
What is that?
Rock crowd, no.
Purges just means to kill.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you know Stalin from like Russia?
No.
Do you know about the USSR? It's okay.
We're a bit,
We're a bit uneducated on this,
Yeah.
but ask us about like
Anything else? But not this, sorry.
It's okay. So Stalin was one of the not dictators, but he was one of the people that led Russia during this time period. Do you
Okay.
know?
Don't see
Oh, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
You don't need to know that much, anyway. It's fine. Yeah, but basically, Choibolson was a dictator in Mongolia, and he organized Stalinist purges in Mongolia between 1937 and 1939, which is when he killed his grandfather. For education, he went to Moscow State University, and he studied scientific communism and graduated in 1985. After graduating, he came back to Mongolia and was working for the Mongolian Revolutionary Youth League. He became a lecturer of scientific communism at the Mongolian State University in 1986. Funnily enough, he was influenced by these studies to change the political view and state of Mongolia.
Ooh.
Even with all the factors in his life pushing him towards communism, he was set on change. His sister was a geochemist and politician who studied geology at Charles University in Prague. She actually continued her brother's work after his murder. And in an interview, she said he was brainwashed with all the communist ideas and he was supposed to be coming back home to teach communism. And yet he actually came back with the idea that it was time to transform society.
Oh.
That alone, her statement, just shows the type of person that Zorig was. So Zorig was actually a prominent Mongolian politician. He was a leader of the Democratic Revolution of Mongolia. He was pivotal in the Democratic Revolution as he was a leading activist that played a significant role in the 1990 Democratic Revolution, ending the decades-long rule of a one-party communist rule. On the 10th of December 1989, he led the first protest for pro-democracy in front of the Youth Cultural Center in Ulaanbaatar. This demonstration was done for free elections, a market economy, and the protection of human rights. In early 1990s, he led the forefront of mass protests in Sukbata Square with demonstrations from the young people of Mongolia. There's a famous picture of Zorig where he's perched atop someone's shoulders, holding a megaphone addressing the people. This was such a powerful image symbolizing Mongolia's peaceful revolution. This consistent push for change introduced a multi-party democracy in Mongolia in 1990. Zorig was given the name Golden Swallow of Democracy by his supporters to honor his dedication in the movement, being seen as the symbolic father of the peaceful democratic transition. After the revolution, he was elected to the People's Great Khural in June 1990, which is the unicameral parliament of Mongolia. He was also elected to the state Great Khural again in 1992 and 1996 as a leading Democrat in the new political era of Mongolia. In 1998, he served as the Minister of Infrastructure, with many believing he would become Prime Minister until October 2nd, 1998. On October 2nd, 1998, Zorig came home to his apartment in Ulaanbaatar, never to step out again. 2 masked assailants entered his home at some point in the evening before Zorig came back. His companion, who was believed to be Banzar Bulgan, was allegedly tied up in the bathroom, who many people claimed to be his girlfriend or partner.
What?
When Zorik arrived, the attackers
my
were there
God.
waiting for
What?
him with knives.
What?
He was stabbed 16 times, with at least 3 stabs to the heart, being brutally murdered at the age of 36.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was so young.
Oh my god.
His girlfriend was tied up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tied up in the bathroom.
what the hell?
So she was in the house when he got murdered, basically.
That's so scary.
And she
Oh
couldn't
my
do anything.
God. Oh my god, okay.
And the strangest thing, they stole a bottle of vinegar and a bottle of soy sauce from the fridge before finally fleeing the scene.
I don't understand the correlation between soy sauce and vinegar to
It's so
murder
random.
of him. Like,
It's so random.
Yeah, like
I'm surprised they didn't kill the girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying.
but why soy
Like-
sauce and vinegar? Let's go back.
Yeah, it's strange, right? They took it from
Yeah.
his fridge and then they just fled after that. They just fled. I mean, not fled.
Yeah.
They fled.
fled. They fled. They fled
Um,
after that.
What the hell, auntie?
What the hell, yeah, auntie? What's going on?
What the
But
hell,
I'm still stuck on the girlfriend thing. Can't lie,
Her
because
being tied up in
her
the
being tied
bathroom.
up, she didn't get killed.
What happened to the girlfriend then? Did she like say what happened?
We'll get into that.
Oh, there's more to it. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so 4 days after the killing, there were thousands of people mourning his death at the Sukhbatar Square with candlelight vigils. His body was at the governmental house before being buried on October 7th, 1998. At the time of his death, Mongolia had a lot of political turmoil. The coalition government was collapsing and a new prime minister was to be announced. Many people believed that he would be the new prime minister, with the announcement to be made on the 5th of October 1998. His murder was just 3 days before the announcement. There were many suspicions of political motive, which isn't surprising considering
Yeah, I
what
was
the
gonna
state
say,
was in Mongolia.
Yeah.
There were speculations of the assassination being motivated by someone who feared Zorgig's expected rise to leadership. However, prosecutors later stated that there was nothing definitive to say the assassination was politically motivated. Strange, though.
That's strange.
Okay, I'm excited. No, I'm
I want
excited.
to know
but
what the
I'm
girlfriend.
excited to know
Yeah.
what happened with the girlfriend. Okay. Yeah.
There was a lot of public frustration around the police working in investigations as they were unable to identify suspects quickly. In July of 2000, a parliamentary report released to the public severely criticized the investigations initially done by the police. They stated the failure of identifying the suspects was due to the irresponsibility of the investigating authorities, lack of in-depth analysis of evidence, and the influence of external agendas. Due to the lack of evidence, nobody was ever brought into custody, and Zorig's death was a cold case for almost 2 decades.
No way.
There was
Two
a lot
decades.
there was a lot of discussion around if this signaled either a cover-up, institutional weakness, or fear inside political and law enforcement circles. But nobody knew anything for 2 decades. Nobody stepped
Oh,
up.
so they
Nobody
found
said
out
anything.
who it is.
But it's a political figure. Don't you think they'll do it
Oh.
quicker?
In 2015, he was a
Maybe
political
not.
figure, but he was trying to lead. He led the revolution for the Democrats, basically.
No way.
He wanted democracy to come forward in Mongolia, but obviously they were a dictatorship in that moment. They hadn't had democracy. The thing he was pushing forward was basically going against everyone currently in politics.
That is crazy. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
In 2015, Bolgan, which is the suspected girlfriend, was briefly detained and questioned about the assassination, as she was the only other person in the apartment at the time of the murder. But nothing happened, and she was released in 2016 without any charges. Bolgan's role, if there was any, is still a mystery to this day, and they have never spoken to her since about it.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just strange that she wasn't grilled as much.
Yeah,
about
because like
everything.
she was there. She was tied up.
She
should
was
know
the only
stuff.
survivor there, so
Yeah.
it would make sense
Yeah.
for, you know,
Also, another thing that doesn't make sense: why keep her alive?
Yeah.
unless
Unless she tied
unless she
herself
has
up.
unless she has something to do with it. But
That's what a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like that's what some people suspect, that she might have
Really?
not been the mastermind, but had some part, some
unless she got
play in
paid,
it.
she got paid to
You never
to
know.
use-
Maybe, but she's
Okay.
never made a statement about that otherwise.
Okay. Oh.
Finally, in 2016, there was a closed door sentencing where 3 men were convicted for his murder.
No way.
Yeah. All 3 were sentenced 24 to 25 years in prison.
Mhm.
The trial was closed door, meaning no one was able to see what was happening. And they faced a lot of strong criticisms from the deputy prime minister of Mongolia at the time, who stated the secret trials looked like repression.
Yeah,
The
that is a bit
judge,
odd.
oh, sorry,
Sorry. It's just a bit odd.
it is. Why is it closed door?
Yeah, why is it closed
Why
door?
is no one able to see what's happening?
Especially if it was already a public figure, like a political
Right.
figure. They should not be, you know.
And not a small figure. He's a very, very prominent figure
Mhm.
in their whole entire history.
Hmm.
The judge of the case ruled that the case involved state secrets, which is why there was a limit to public or legal team access to evidence. The Interparliamentary Union had concerns about the trial being uncooperative with international fair trial standards, with concerns about torture, intimidation, and secrecy undermining justice.
Oh my goodness.
In 2017, the government agreed to declassify most of the case, but there are still some intelligence materials that are secret. However, the mastermind was believed to never have been identified, with the murderers being pawns. Many people in Mongolia still carry speculations about rival politicians or intelligence agencies being politically motivated, but none of that has been proven.
What? Yeah, but why hide half of it? Like, oh, here you guys go. Like, look at this, whatever. It's like Epstein files. Like, they
Right?
redacted everything. You know. So what was the
They
point?
released I think it was like 20,000 statements or something.
Mm-hmm.
They released that to the public, but none of it really shed a light
Like
on
the important stuff. We want to know the
Yeah.
important stuff. What are you hiding?
But they're basically saying like,
Weird.
oh, because if we need to protect the state, we can't show all of this.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Protecting the state or protecting
Yeah.
someone else. You never know.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
Will
that
they
was a good
bribe?
one. That was a good one. Okay.
To this day, the question of who ordered the killings remains officially unresolved
Mm-hmm.
and will probably remain unresolved. Shortly after his assassination, a statue in his honor was unveiled, symbolizing freedom and democracy. More than 2 decades later, Zorig's assassination still haunts Mongolia. It is not only a brutal crime, but a symbol of unfinished justice. Every year on the 2nd of October, people will go to place flowers on his statue that was made for him, not only to remember his murder, but as to remember everything he stood for. Zorig's legacy did not end with his death in 1998. If anything, the second part of his legacy began in the form of his sister. She made a life-changing decision and continued her brother's mission by entering politics. She said that someone had to protect what he stood for and went on to win his seat in parliament, becoming a major political figure and serving as a foreign minister. But with all this, her most enduring contribution wasn't just in government, it was the creation of an institution dedicated to her brother's ideals.
That's a good sister.
Yes, she's
That's-
amazing because she actually did
Bless
geochemistry
her.
and she moved into politics to basically carry on his
Like,
legacy.
imagine as a sister, like, for that long, you don't know who it is, who was behind it, and then once you do find out, the government's trying to hide it, like, just releasing certain things, like, it's just,
Yeah, so sad.
yeah.
Oyun helped establish the Zorig Foundation, created not as a memorial but a continuation of the mission Zorig was on. The foundation is dedicated to advancing democracy and formation of an informed and vibrant society. They have a youth leadership program designed to inspire and teach new generations of Mongolian leaders with democratic values, which is something Zorig believed was essential. Instead of turning Zorig into a statue alone, they turned his ideas into a system.
Aww.
This foundation serves not only as a reminder of the past and what Zorig did, but a way to build a better future. There are over 6,000 alumni from this foundation, 2,900 scholarships to support uni studies, and over 378 community development projects.
Oh,
That is a
Yeah.
lot.
that's good.
A man who believed in peaceful change was killed, but his heart could not be erased, nor the
Oh.
ideas he stood for. This was not just a story about assassination. It's about what happened to a democracy when courage is tested and whether society chooses fear or accountability. Something that is still a choice today.
That is crazy. And the fact that his sister did that for him,
It's
claps to
insane.
her.
And you know what? I'm
Like, I can't
still
believe it.
suspicious of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that no one really said anything, no one really.
Like she might have not played a big part.
But she was probably still somewhat.
Hypothetically,
it.
let's say
Yeah.
they did come in and they tell her, we're not gonna kill you, but go tie yourself up, blah blah, like just, and she was trying to get out of it.
Yeah,
like
it's just a bit
something
weird.
so small like that could have helped the case if she spoke out sooner. But you know, if she wasn't involved and she was nervous, that's another thing. But I don't
But
know.
still, I feel like
There's levels to this. I feel like
Mhm.
if she actually cared about her boyfriend that just died, then she would make more effort to find out what actually happened.
also it's just so suspicious. Not her, but like the police work and like the investigations being
Yeah.
done. The initial investigations weren't even done in a timely manner. They weren't done straight after like he was reported. They waited. Oh, that was a
God.
bit American. They waited.
They
waited. They waited quite a while before actually getting into the case, basically.
So they were just being slow for no reason,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Which is something that is
That's
literally
odd.
mentioned by the IPU later.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's
just,
I just feel like
you know, okay,
there needs to be
this,
more.
this case, a good out. No, I'm not saying a good outcome, but a good.
It's a good-ish outcome.
Right,
but
but like the
because,
foundation.
yeah, they found the 3 murderers.
And like what's happened after, what the sister did, on
The
what
foundation,
they
the Zorig
created.
Foundation.
But it's really sad how like
He lost his life.
so much has been hidden. And you know, he was a very young man and everything. He has so much ahead of him, and it was just 3 days before the election, which is really sad.
And the 3 days before the election, that is so suspicious. Because everyone in the country knew that he was going to be the prime minister,
Right,
basically.
so-
He was kind of guaranteed that
Was
position.
it was
So don't they
was
have like
there any
security and stuff though?
Pardon?
Security for people who are
It's-
going to.
Well,
that was
let's think about where we are and what time we're in.
Yeah.
That's true.
1998
Also,
in Mongolia
was like
and a democratic
was the
leader.
opposing side questioned?
That's the thing.
Mm.
There's no records of that.
Oh,
Oh,
So,
that's insane.
Can't say if they were or weren't.
because
But basically what the police said was there's not enough evidence to say that this was politically motivated.
there's so many what ifs. You know,
There's
There's
so
a
many what
lot of
ifs.
it,
There's so
yeah.
many like, what if they had done this? What if they had
what
done
if
that?
this person did this? What if that person
Exactly.
did that? Oh my god! But
The weirdest thing still is the bottles of soy sauce and vinegar being
Yeah.
taken. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, like why would
that's
they take that?
Also, I don't know why they know that that was
Did
taken.
they cook before they left?
yeah,
Like,
But apparently that was the big indicator for them that like it wasn't meant to be robbery. Like they came in at planning to assassinate him. Because if it was a robbery,
Yeah.
you wouldn't take soy sauce and vinegar. You would take, you
so
know,
it was definitely
money
an
bigger items,
assassination.
money,
Yeah,
TV,
like,
whatever there
expensive
was.
stuff, not soy sauce and vinegar. But
Mm-hmm.
that was an interesting case.
That was
Yeah.
really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think many people know about the case.
I've never heard about this.
Yeah,
up
I
until
wouldn't
now,
think
yeah.
so. There's a lot of unsolved parts within the whole story, and it's just sad that his family's never gonna get that closure.
Mm.
Because okay, they got the 3 murderers, but there's
there's more-
definitely something
there's more behind it, you know.
Yeah. there
And the
definitely
fact that the judge was saying like, oh, we can't reveal state secrets.
Girl,
A man has been murdered.
something smells fishy here.
Do you know when they hide stuff like that? It's just
It makes it
them
worse.
worse because it is a political figure. They were already out in the public, so it would be their right to, have their case out in the public.
Exactly.
Especially if
Mm.
it's
It just
under
doesn't make
suspicious
sense.
circumstances,
And he did so much for Mongolia. He did so much.
And what did they do for him?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But that's probably what they wanted.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cases like this, there's not a lot of information because not a lot of people know about it. Most of the information I found, I really had to dig deep.
Yeah, you did a lot.
I was translating Mongolian articles, trying to figure out like what happened, because I was trying to get chronological order of everything, trying to make sure the facts were correct, basically. But
Mhm.
it's so hard to find
It is.
details about such niche, like not, I don't want to say niche because he's definitely well known in Mongolia.
But I never heard of this
But
guy before.
worldwide, like, you would never hear about someone so prominent like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason we're even hearing about him is because he was assassinated.
Yeah.
Not because of what he did for his country, not
Yeah.
because of the push he had in making sure democracy was in Mongolia.
Mm-hmm.
So having cases like this and publicizing them,
Yeah.
that's probably the most important thing. And the Zorig Foundation is amazing. They do so many amazing things.
That's
But yeah,
actually
trying to,
at
like,
least they got the good out of like a bad situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, they didn't let the fact that he died be a thing that just immortalized him.
Yeah.
They continued that on.
His legacy.
They continued his legacy.
Yeah.
And that was really like
thing.
amazing thing to see. Thank you for listening or watching the second episode of Probably Wrong.
If you're watching on Spotify, please subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe.
And just remember, we were probably wrong.
Oh, 100%.
Bye.
Bye.